Gunna pled guilty and now he's out of prison on special conditions. He was facing years before getting released, and it's really starting to sound like he's only going to be facing 500 hours of community service now. Like, how is that even possible? Did he snitch on Young Thug and the rest of the gang? Let's dive into this and find out.
Look, give me some McDonald's. When you come back, I might remember something. Can you do that?
Oh yeah. Big Mac, fries, Coke?
Yeah.
Done.
December 14th, 2022. Major news broke in the YSL RICO case when Gunna was released from prison.
We have a press release that I think we issued.
Thank you.
Do y'all have a copy?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
After being denied bond repeatedly, he was expected to remain in jail until his trial in 2023. However, this all changed when Gunna officially pled guilty to one count of violating Georgia's RICO Act. So I guess pleading guilty for one crime automatically gets you forgiven for everything else you did. Let's backtrack a bit and figure out how Thug and Gunna even got to where they're at right now. They first met back in 2015 during the music video shoot for With That, which is of course still a classic to this day. Now, if you're not from Atlanta or just a die-hard Gunna fan, the first song you probably ever heard with him on it is Floyd Mayweather from Young Thug's Jeffrey album back in 2016. Crazy album, by the way. If you haven't heard it, just pause this video and go listen to that shit right now. It's funny how the feds have him locked up right now when he's not even trying to be a thug for real. He tried to change his name from Young Thug to Jeffrey back in 2016. Yeah, it didn't work because the fans wouldn't let it happen, but I think it's pretty clear to everybody that he's no longer involved in any of that stuff. Gunna kept developing his sound under the wing of Thug for a couple of years, and by 2018 he was lit and no longer sounding like this.
That bad bitch right there, and she faded, and we faded. I see all my niggas, they faded. Pop another bottle.
In 2016, it was also announced that Gunna would sign to YSL Records, and is still signed to them to this day. Moving on to May 2022, Thug, Gunna, and 26 other members of YSL were arrested on gang-related charges. If you're not completely oblivious, you would know Thug and Gunna were hit with the RICO charge.
I think niggas came and focused on his baby mama and shit. Then all this shit start happening to Young Thug.
But for what though?
Because they think he did something. They think he did something to Rico.
Wait a minute, what? To
Who's Rico?
Ain't this the Rico case?
What, Rico is the state, that's the government.
And for those who don't know, the RICO charge are for those who are involved in a corrupt organization who partake in racketeering activities. Gunna was arrested on charges of participation in street gang activities, which of course violated the state's RICO Act. And apparently he had a 56-count indictment, which ran a whopping 88 pages long, according to New York Times. Now I don't know about you, but with my luck, I don't think I'm getting out of no 56-count indictment in 7 months without snitching. Anyways, following the viral arrest, Young Thug's lawyer denied every allegation, stating that his client committed no crime whatsoever, and that he'll fight to the last drop of blood to clear him. For somebody to be saying something like that, you gotta be paying them a bag. At first, Gunna was denied bail in May after pleading not guilty to the charges. However, later on in December of 2022, he changed his plea to guilty to a couple of the charges made against him.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
After he pled guilty, the sentence was reduced to only 5 years. One of those 5 years was to be served in prison, but since he already served time, he was just released. Now if you ask me, Thug needs Gunna's lawyer because that shit's ridiculous. His potentially 20-year prison sentence was just reduced to under 8 months. Of course, after this, the internet naturally erupted with memes and rumors about Gunna snitching.
Hey, come talk to me, bro. Come here. You still be cracking cards? Bank cards? Y'all be safe. You know 12 out here.
While this was all going on, Gunna released the following statement. While I have agreed to always be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear that I have not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify or be a witness for or against any party in the case, and I have absolutely no intention of being involved in the trial process in any way. Yeah, that statement sounds sweet and all, but at the end of the day, you got my boy Thug boxed in. He pretty much just took a plea deal indirectly stating that all the drugs and guns found in the vehicle are Thug's. This sounds like snitching to me, but on the contrary, Gunna's lawyer says otherwise. He stated that it's understood that the state is not going to call him up as a witness. It was also stated that's why the plea agreement is written exactly the way it was, because the whole idea is for the state to no longer be able to call him. However, the only downside is the defense won't be able to call upon him as well. So in simpler terms, the plea deal basically neutralized Gunna, keeping him out of the situation completely so he's no longer involved. So after all the backlash, his lawyer made this statement. Gunna did not snitch to get out of jail. jail. He said nothing and is not cooperating. His plea statement cannot be used in court against any other defendant, so please stop spreading lies. So let me get this straight. What Gunna agreed to can't be used against any other defendant, but he did say those drugs and guns found in the vehicle weren't his. Now if they not Gunna's and Thug is the only other person in the vehicle, who does that land the blame on?
Yeah, so guys, I just want to say, there's 2 people in the room, but you know, I'm not snitching, but it wasn't me. Hey, young Thug, I know you my brother, man. You made me rich as fuck. But this is your chance to really live your name. You in your natural habitat, nigga.
Now, at first, I thought the lawyer would have nothing to gain out of lying to the public, but that just isn't the case. See, if you think about it, as a criminal defense lawyer, what's a bigger boast than having your client beat a RICO case? Every time a client gets out of jail scotch-free, he just adds it to his resume. See, I can almost guarantee you after this one, his lawyer fees are gonna be crazy. Moving on to 6ix9ine's response to this, you know he would never miss an opportunity to talk about another rapper ratting besides him. 6ix9ine starts by saying, just shut the f up and listen. I know you don't want to accept it. Your man is fighting for his life in court on a gang RICO, and he goes on to violate Gunna by calling him a fat ass and clowning his plea deal. I just don't understand how he never gets tired of being an internet troll. Doesn't this guy already have enough of his own problems to deal with? He's arguably had one of the biggest fall offs of the 2020s, along with Lil Pump. Anyways, y'all, I know any Young Thug fan is gonna be eager to find out how Gunna's plea deal is gonna affect Young Thug's case, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. If I'm being honest with you though, it's not looking too good. It's really starting to feel like the court is trying to free every YSL member on plea deals except Young Thug. And if this is in fact the case and they're successful with what they're trying to do, Young Thug is going to be locked up for life. All we can do now is hope the other members of YSL stay 10 toes down and don't throw the boss under the bus like Gunna did. And it's really sad because Thug really considered Gunna a brother.
That's my brother, like he signed to me, but it's like it's not even about a signature. This my real brother.
But it's all good. Gunna didn't really snitch because remember, according to the court system, everything they say in their music is facts. Nah, but all jokes aside, what happened to Young Thug shouldn't be able to happen to any rapper ever again. Well, that is as long as the Rap Act of 2022 actually ends up passing. RAP stands for Restoring Artist Protection. It's currently in the works, but if this law does pass, it could be the first federal law to actually limit the use of lyrics in court proceedings. And that would change absolutely everything. We aren't sure if they're gonna affect the cases dating back to before the law passes, but at least now there'll be some hope for the guys getting locked up primarily just for their lyrics. Anyways, y'all, that's all I got for this one. If any more news comes out regarding this case, I'ma definitely be covering it. Artist out. Peace.
I took the cops off. I'm hotter than hot sauce. I'm taking the clean route. Told them people let me out. I don't want no more hot dogs. I could do this without y'all. And I did it without y'all. Yeah. They say, Gunna, you confess. I just need a cigarette. I'm about to red. I can tell you where you at. Wanna snack? Let me get in my bag, I'ma put some butter on the bread, I just want a green salad. Yeah, and I'll tell you what happened. He was riding around in a Lex, and he had a red jacket. Now I'm in the mood for a sandwich. Just cheese, no lettuce. Tell me what you need, I'm telling. I don't wanna be a felon. I got niggas arrested. I done took my whole team down, and I'm taking a plea now. No more beating my meat now. I just want a release now. Get me off of this compound. I work for the police now, and I don't even know how. About to go to the courthouse. I took the cops off. I'm hotter than hot sauce. I'm taking the clean route. Told them people let me out. I don't want no more hot dogs. I could do this without y'all. And I did it without y'all.